What's up YouTube, Jock217 here, and we are back with another Kingdom Hearts Top 10 Countdown. At the end of my last countdown, I mentioned that my next countdown was going to be Top 10 Best Abilities. However, I realized it would be too dang hard to make if I combined each and every single ability in the game, so instead I'm going to be making two separate countdowns. For this list, I will be discussing what I feel are the top 10 best support abilities in the series. These are those passive abilities that can help you out immensely in battle without being an actual attack. I'm not going to be including those abilities that help you with grinding, such as Experience Boost or Lucky Lucky. I'm also not going to be including any enemy cards of Chain of Memories, simply because I don't count those as passive abilities since you actually have to activate them in battle. I will not be including any movement abilities such as Aerial Dodge or Glide, simply because they are useful both in and out of battle. And finally, I'm only going to be discussing the abilities of the characters we get to play as, because I kind of already discussed the party members' abilities in my party members countdown. So without further ado, let's get started then, shall we? These are, in my opinion, the top 10 best support abilities in Kingdom Hearts. Starting this list off at number 10 is Finishing Plus from Kingdom Hearts 2. This ability adds an extra finishing attack to both your physical and magical combos. You get this ability from equipping the Rumbling Rose Keyblade as a starting ability in critical mode, and it can be learned at level 49 if you pick the sword, 65 with the shield, and 85 with the staff. Since finishers are your greatest source of damage in the game, being able to access multiple finishers definitely helps out in ditching a ton of damage to your enemies. This ability truly shines in mob battles if you're using AoE finishers like Explosion or Magnet Burst, because then you'll be able to take out a ton of enemies in a short amount of time with ease. However, using this ability can bite you in the ass if you're fighting those bosses with high revenge values such as Zexion or Terra. Since using finishers on bosses actually triggers their revenge value faster, using too many finishers can end up killing you if you aren't careful. But if you're fighting a boss with low revenge value and your first finisher doesn't end up killing them, having that second finisher and third finisher will really help you out thanks to that stupid bosses only die if you use a finisher mechanic. Thus, Finishing Plus earns its spot at number 10. Next up is Critical Plus from Kingdom Hearts 1. This ability increases the critical hit rate of your physical attacks and is obtained at levels 48 and 75 if you pick the shield, 84 and 99 with the sword, and 96 and 100 with the staff. You also obtain this ability from beating the Hercules Cup using Sora alone. On paper, this ability doesn't sound like much at first, but as you progress through the game, you will see that landing critical hits actually makes a huge difference in damage and can really help you turn the tide of battle. The great thing about this ability is that it stacks. If you equip more than one Critical Plus, then your chances of landing a critical hit increase as well. So equip all 3 Critical Pluses you obtain in the game and you got yourself a critical hit god, my friends. The only reason that this is only number 9 is because you don't really get these abilities until you're like 3/4 into the game, even if you pick the shield. If it wasn't for that, this ability would be a lot higher than it is now. Hitting number 8 is Combo Master. This ability allows you to continue and finish your physical combos even if you miss your target beforehand. Now, Combo Master is in a variety of different Kingdom Hearts games, but I feel like it truly shines in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. You obtain this ability at level 50 if you pick the sword, and at level 55 if you pick the staff and shield. As for Kingdom Hearts 2 FM, you obtain this ability after defeating Roxas. This ability is actually really helpful in the first game simply because physical combos in the first game are actually kind of slow and can be a tad bit hard to land depending on what enemies you are fighting. A clever little thing about Combo Master is that you can set it up to where you can hit enemies with certain finishers like Hurricane Blast or Magnet Burst without getting hit. This can come in handy for some boss battles like Sephiroth or Xemnas, or that stupid Cavern of Remembrance fight. Whether your goal is to destroy your enemies with your combos or to just regenerate your MP so you can use magic, Combo Master will definitely help you out in battle, which makes it earn its spot at number 8. Up next is Form Boost from Kingdom Hearts 2. This ability increases the amount of time that you get to use your drive forms. You get this ability from equipping the Oathkeeper Keyblade, and you receive 2 more form boosts by leveling up Final Form to level 6. This ability is really useful if you like to use dry forms. It may not sound like much at first, but having those few extra seconds can make a big difference when it comes to damage output. As we all know, most dry forms dish out a ton of damage to the enemies and can also be used to trigger certain loops on certain bosses. Equip all 3 of those form boosts and you will be taking away about 2 health bars more than you would without them, as well as maintain any loops that you may be attempting. Taking the 6th slot is Aerial Recovery from Kingdom Hearts 2. Hey, it's listed in the game as a support ability, guys. It counts. Aerial Recovery lets you recover in the air after taking a huge hit in battle. You obtain this ability in the Dive to Heart section as Roxas after defeating the 3 Dusks. That little explanation should have pretty much said it all already. The only thing left that I have to add is that if you time it just right, you can block an incoming attack without taking any damage, and then you can perform an action near instantly after the recovery is done. Aerial recovery is in other games as well, but I'm sure we can all agree that the Kingdom Hearts 2 aerial recovery remains to be the superior one of them all. Earning the middle slot is MP Rage from Kingdom Hearts 1. This ability lets you gain MP after taking damage. You obtain this ability at levels 42 and 75 with the staff, 63 and 87 with the sword, and 90 and 100 with the shield. You actually got to obtain this ability a lot earlier in the original Kingdom Hearts 1, but in the final mix version, unfortunately Square decided that it needed to get nerfed. Which, it did, I won't deny that. Even after the nerf though, MP Rage is still pretty damn good. If you run out of MP, all you gotta do is take a hit or 2 and then you can heal yourself right back up and finish where you left off just in case you ran out of ethers. You can be getting your ass kicked and yet it won't matter most of the time as long as you have this ability equipped, because you'll more than likely have enough MP to heal yourself with some MP left to spare. On top of that, these abilities stack, meaning the more you have on, the more MP you obtain. This ability was in Kingdom Hearts 2 as well, but unfortunately it didn't really make that much of a significant impact in Kingdom Hearts 2. But in Kingdom Hearts 1, you practically don't need ethers ever again thanks to these 2 abilities. The only reason why it's only at number 5 is because it simply got outclassed. Taking the 4th slot is Attack and Magic Haste. You can obtain these abilities by either command melding or from the Dream Eaters depending on which game you're playing. These abilities speed up the amount of time that it takes for your attack and magic commands to recharge. Each of these abilities stack and you can obtain up to 5 of these. Once you have all 5 of these abilities, most of your commands will be ready to use in mere seconds. Even those commands that take an eternity to charge like Mega Flare charge back really fast with these abilities on. So whether you are trying to heal as often as possible, use those fun attacks that do a ton of damage, spam a bunch of different magic spells, or completely break an entire game using a certain command that we do not speak of, Attack and Magic Haste will definitely help you out tremendously. Getting the bronze crown for this list is Autolife from 358 over 2 days. You can get this ability by purchasing it at the shop for 4,800 heart points. This ability brings you back to life after you die 1 time per mission. I don't think I need to explain why that is good, so let's just get to the flaws, shall we? For starters, if you are fighting a boss and he ends up one-shotting you in the beginning of the fight, your Autolife is now completely wasted. Lastly, I mentioned earlier it only activates once per mission. Meaning, if you happen to die to the normal Heartless before the boss fight, then your Autolife is completely wasted and the only way you can get it back is by dying again. For the most part, this isn't too bad since most of the bosses aren't that difficult to handle. But when it comes to those bosses like Leechgrave, Ruler of the Sky, and of course the oh so infamous Dust Flyer, you don't want to walk into those battles without having Autolife handy. These flaws are the only reason why this ability made it at number 3. If it didn't have these flaws, it would have made number 1 no questions asked. Getting the silver crown for this list is Leaf Bracer. This ability grants you invincibility frames while you are casting Cure on yourself. This ability is in almost every single Kingdom Hearts game, but the one game where it is truly godlike is in Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix. You get this ability at level 27 with the shield, 39 with the staff, and 69 with the sword. What makes this ability so godlike in this game is the simple fact that the invincibility frames last a lot longer in this game than it did in the other ones. In the other games, this ability only took effect when the animation of casting Cure has begun. However, in Kingdom Hearts 1, this ability takes effect the second that you select the menu to cast Cure. This ability is so good in this game that you pretty much never have to worry about dying as long as you have 1 MP left. Combine it with MP Rage and you pretty much won't die ever again unless they end up one-shotting you. Okay guys, before we get to the completely obvious number 1 pick, here are the honorable mentions. Alrighty, it is now time for the number 1 slot. What support ability could possibly beat Leaf Bracer? Well, this is technically a tie, but they both pretty much do the same thing. Yeah, we know what it is by now, so... Video editor, activate the Xemnas transition. Yeah, I know. Shocker, right? These two abilities are great in every single game they show up in. Second Chance lets you have 1 HP left after taking a single massive hit that would otherwise kill you. Once More lets you have 1 HP if you are hit by a combo that would otherwise kill you. That is the difference between the two. These abilities by themselves are extremely good at helping you survive in certain situations, but put these two abilities together and you are pretty much guaranteed victory as long as you are able to heal yourself or some BS doesn't happen. Regardless of what KH game we play that isn't Chain of Memories, the first abilities we try to obtain are Second Chance and Once More. I can say with great confidence that 99% of us have used these two abilities at least once in our Kingdom Hearts careers. These two abilities are so good that there are a lot of challenges in the Kingdom Hearts community that involve not using Second Chance and Once More. I could go on as to why these two are so good, but I think I've already proven my point. Thank you, Square, for bestowing upon us these two godlike abilities. That's gonna have to do it for this top 10 countdown. Which support abilities were great for you guys? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to hammer, smash, and stab that like button and subscribe of course, and I will see you guys on the top 10 offensive abilities list. See you guys later, be safe. Itterashai, don't overdo it.